Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rules starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. His first throw is an interception. Jerome Baker has it. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB in you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
They'll come out throwing. His first throw is an interception. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Handoff now to the receiver. And he gets them the first. Not the biggest game on the reverse, but it got what they needed.
It's 1st downs like that, Kate. Just with the toughness of these receivers, and I can't help but think about some old school dudes. These playbooks have evolved so much in the NFL. Can you imagine some of the physical receivers back in the day and how badly they would have loved to play in the systems like this and just find a way time and again?
Wanted Hill, but it's intercepted. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Browns a 1st. They'll try and throw it here. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Therefore, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. Brought in right side. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns parlay the interception into points. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. That gives him a marked distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year. And it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock, but with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. A good defensive play breaks that one up. So it's 2nd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. His ride forward halted after a couple of yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. They'll throw it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along the routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Pass play coming here. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now, with a 1st down following that last play. He's dropping back to throw. He's on the move. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
To throw again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pull that in front further, 13-zip. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
PAT is up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Browns have it on the team, and they will kick it away here. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They run the counter to HN. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. From the secondary, Greg Delpit on the tackle. Moving 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
HN gets this on the draw. And they limit the damage, just a few yards on that game. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jerome Baker has it. And the Browns have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Play action on 1st down. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Looking to the air here. He throws a bullet to the center. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys in bad hands, because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down. Looking for a throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
This one returned for 11 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. There's a lane past the 45. Past the 35. 20. 15. Dives for the pylon. That's a touchdown. The Browns take a 20-zip lead. Onis Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rule starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Launches one deep down. He's got it at the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
From the red zone now. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. 2nd down carry for Achane. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So now here's 3rd and 5. He's going to throw this one. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is. He can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later. In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Browns grow their lead yet again. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sails over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the 36. Escapes the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. It's the Dolphins looking at 3rd and 4. Here's a throw. Taking a deep shot here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Go, go! Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Oh, back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the well again. Has a lane inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Connection made to Judy. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Jerry Judy touchdown, his 2nd scoring catch of the game. Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns continue piling onto this lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And choosing to leave the end zone costs him dearly here. He winds up shy of the 20-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's A-Chain up the middle. He breaks the tackle. And the run continues. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Here he is to throw on second down. He'll get this complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see. Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
Slot man motioned over. Again the throw now on second and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jordan Poyer has it. And the Dolphins do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. To return, Jerome Ford. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first. Another carry for him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Second and 13. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His third through the air this game. That one right down the middle. And the Browns continue adding on to that lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Achane. And he gets him around 6 there. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got a home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. I can hear it now, okay, before it even comes out of my mouth when I say anybody but a receiver or corner is the best athlete on the field. But I'm starting to really feel like these DNs in today's NFL game are the best athletes. And when you watch one chase down a play like that for negative yards, I'll make my case and I'll stay in my opinion.
Working across the middle, Brock, it's tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. He manages 13 on this punt return. And they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They give it to him again. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Quick pass right side, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster. I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth yet. Have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down. And that linebacker just did.
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Receiver gets it on the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
We call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing now on first down. Throw right side, caught by Njoku. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Miami.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He put everything he had. This is brought in at the 50. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins making the scoreboard look a touch better. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins take 7 points off the deficit. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Ford on the return. Not a good return. They bring him down just beyond the 10. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
The give here on second. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's brought down for a loss. His short game gets them a new set of downs.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
Rolling left, buying some time. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Second and 10 now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for Cleveland. First down. Dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Got 3 on the run. That's going to bring up 4th and 4.
Ridiculous! Take him out! Yes, guard. Jump!
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stand.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Achane, a 1st down carry. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 6 now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps these drive moving.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. Achane. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Running for it, it's Achane. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their 1st. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run. It's Achane. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Trying to set this up quick. Desperation time here on 4th. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with the touchdown. The Dolphins putting up points in a game decided. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Dolphins leaving the offense out there as they try for a 2-point conversion. He's throwing for it. And they pick him off again. And they aren't going to get there. He's pushed out of bounds, and the try for 2 does not work. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Ford on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Third and long for him here. Completed to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
Here we go, Browns.
So the Browns come away with a win.
Here we go, Browns.
So to the victory go the spoils, Brock, as they celebrate their win. That's a positive feeling that you know is going to carry through the weekend.
And it makes everybody in the building feel better. It does, from the secretary to the coach to the owner. And it makes all the practices, the film rooms, the workouts a lot easier over the next couple days. Nobody wants